I Channel 1 News where I am asking to the people.
This is BVI Channel 126, where we address questions.
Abandon our brother Nnamdi Kanu.
I'm a Biafran by indication.
Biafra, so we can never deny our ancestors.
This is BVI Channel 1. Hello, my esteemed viewers. You are welcome once again to this episode on Biafran Discourse. Today we are on an open air, and I have with me wonderful Biafrans. Actually, they are not new in the system, and they are very important personalities in Biafran land. And today I have them here, not in the studio. We decided to have a wonderful fresh air from Biafran land. And I have with me from my right, I'll allow him to introduce himself so that he can introduce himself better than me.
Thank you, my brother. I am Freedom Bullet Okechukwu in Biafra land.
Okay, thank you so much. And to my left here,
I'm still in the BC, Vincent Anaenogu. Thank you.
All right, today, this group of people seated here today, just a few weeks ago, my brother, we met in Abuja at Kuje prison. Yeah, where we go to visit our brother, our big brother, Nnamdi Kanu, and some other of our brothers standing trial with the federal government. I'm not going to start the discussion. I want him to, tell us his observation in the entire process.
Thank you, my brother, my beloved brother. Based on the struggle and the way things is going on now, at least we can experience fresh air in the struggle than before, when everywhere we're on helter scatter, people running from one angle to the other, some believing with his brother, some say I don't believe with my brother, this and that. But today God has made it possible that we all are now dancing onto one tone, and the one tone is bringing ourselves together in unity. Whatever you call yourself, provided you pronounce Biafra, we recognize ourselves as one entity. And the most important thing, that we hearken to the voice of our director Nnamdi Kanu, who is at Kuje prison, asking each and every one of us to come together as a unity. In fact, I'm very happy that today he can experience that the unity in Biafran land is coming together. Like today you can see I and my beloved brothers in the same umbrella, speaking the same thing, seeking one thing, trying to liberate ourselves, as we know that God will make it possible for us to be entirely liberated from this entity called Nigeria that we've been oppressed for many years. And as you can see, we share the same view. We have common goal to achieve. And the common goal we are taking up, as you can see, making it possible that the return Nnamdi Kanu must come out of that dungeon where he is, and the total restoration of Biafra. So I thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. And Andy, what was your experience like during the time when we are in prison? Because they used to say when you see an elephant, three people will not be seeing it from the same angle. So that's what I want to get your opinion on that journey. That is journey that we went at Kuje prison. How do you feel? What's your observation?
Well, as always, I believe we have one thing. We have something in common. And that thing is Biafra. Freedom for our dear people. I do not personally have anything against anybody. One thing I have against people, if I should say, is basically on ideology and methodology to restore Biafra. Over the years, I've always stood on the fact that Biafra will be achieved through the due process of law. While some other people do not share the same opinion with me, they believe that Nigeria is lawless, that Nigeria does not respect fundamental human rights of the indigenous people, and they also believe that the only language Nigeria understands and appreciates is violence. They said if you are following due process of the law, nobody will take you serious and nobody will listen to you. And of course, over the years, I've taken notice of that those of us who have been following the due process of law have never been recognized. Nobody has taken us serious. People have never looked at our way. We've been going to court over the years, and the BVI has been working. We've been printing flyers. We've been visiting locations, preaching the gospel of freedom. But now, when you see people protesting, blocking the road, these are the people, the vendors, the media, those who are into brand envelope journalism will go after and start reporting that 200 people have been killed, that 50 have been killed. Every day you see them on the headline. So it will, and you will confirm and you will bear witness with me that Nigeria loves violence. Nigeria loves trouble. They hardly love people who talk the way we talk. So far, what I've been our experience in Kuje, as usual, Nnamdi Kanu is somebody I've known for a long time, though we have not met before now. But 2012, 2013, we've been talking on phone. I was among the first people, even as a banking staff, who received the message. Because if you see me as a person, I hate injustice. Anything injustice, inequality, I hate it with passion. My blood despises injustice. So when the message was preached via through Radio Biafra 2012, I got the message. And thereafter we continued to work, but I got disconnected with them when they started saying that Nigeria doesn't understand anything due process, because we were in court that the only way out is for us to insist that we'll fight and get our freedom from Nigeria. Then I was threatened. I said, no, it's never the way I do things. But the disagreement and the disconnection doesn't mean that I hate the person. I hate what the message and the methodology being adopted. And behold, they did it and it worked for them. You might be surprised how it worked for them. Now today, Nnamdi Kanu is the face of the struggle. Those of us who have been fighting, Emeka Street, who is even the brain behind all this current Biafran struggle, nobody has mentioned his name before. Now Nnamdi is the face because he told Nigeria that he would destroy Nigeria, and Nigeria took him serious. Nigeria took him serious when he said that he would dismantle Nigeria, that he has scientists who can pull Nigeria down if they refuse to give us Biafra. And that was, Nigeria got the message. And today, he is the face of the struggle. And perhaps you might say that Nigeria made mistake by arresting him, that what he wanted to do is to draw attention to himself. He has no plan to dismantle Nigeria or to bomb Nigeria, but he was using his mouth to bomb Nigeria. And today they have jumped into his trap by getting him arrested. And the moment he's arrested, he's now on the talk of the day. So actually, the going to Kuje is still to confirm the spirit of brotherhood. That even though he offended some people by word of mouth, by what he said, we wanted to confirm, young man, you have to get to apologize to these people, because if you say these things and are not happy, the only way we can talk about reconciliation is for us, all of us, to say we have sinned against ourselves, that this is the time for us to come together. So our going to Kuje is actually on fact-finding mission, and I am personally happy from what I've seen, because he's still a very high spirit. His spirit is high. He said that there's no going back, that however that happens, he has come out to liberate his people and he can't go back. So it was an experience that one will always want to go back and experience, because people are scared of Biafran struggle and perhaps the fact that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. So they are thinking that once you go there, Nigeria will arrest you too. That whoever that is talking about Biafra is committing treason. That is what is scaring some most responsible people out of the struggle. But I want to tell them right now that I am quite responsible in Nigeria. I am a known person, a known face. I have worked, I have a CV, I have a background which so many of you out there do not have. If I begin to fly my CV now, and I know many people do not have it. So if I am talking about the freedom of my people, my children, the ones I have, I know that tomorrow they will ask me questions. Daddy, you've seen all these things. Why didn't you speak out when you have seen them? So I want to put it to all of you that if I can talk about freedom of my people, what of you who is hungry or who is suffering or who does not even have job or who is trapped in your office? You know, I've been in the office, I've rose to a certain level in banking industry, and I have to tell them, look at their faces and say, I am resigning today. They try to hold me. I say, you can't hold me. This is my letter. Approve it, or I resign. I will leave the office for you. And at the end of the day, they approved it. I left. You know. So if I can do that, you know, who are you not to come forward and identify yourself with the struggle? So in conclusion, there is nothing to be afraid of. We are civil. We are operating under the due process of law, under the Nigerian legal system. We are not operating outside the law. If you believe we've done anything wrong, of course you go to court or invite me. You can even arrest me here. We'll start to talk about it. So that is my conviction. My conviction is that I am not saying anything out of place. I have not threatened to kill anybody. I have not killed anybody. I have not taken anybody's wife. All what I'm saying is that allow my people to go. Marriage is not by force. Thank you, Chineda Sozo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I believe my all our viewers out there, you've heard it from him, and you heard it from him too. My little experience during that visit is quite awesome, because when I looked at Nnamdi Kanu and the other two brothers there, in fact, the kind of joy that bundled out from my inner mind and spirit cannot be, overemphasized. I see Biafra determination in them, and I see the conviction that there is nothing else that can be substituted. There is nothing else that can be replaced in place of Biafra in the life of an average Biafran, and that is the spirit. And that is why that mission was initiated by the Supreme Council of Elders, who said, wow, in the spirit of unity, after we had that unity conference, some people came on board. In fact, a member of the Council of Elders, that's Kalada Jene, that led that mission to Kuje prison, made an open declaration that Nnamdi Kanu is in support of the unity, and that is why he sent him to, represent his interest, and he is perfectly in order. He concurred to Biafran people to unite together, because that is the only way we can move ahead. Anyone that is fighting against the Biafran unity is the general enemy of Biafran people, because that is what has been keeping our people behind. And that mission, that after that meeting, the Council of Elders said, okay, let us all go and have one-on-one talk with Nnamdi Kanu and, see his countenance and know if actually he is part, because you cannot keep him aside, because that guy has contributed a whole lot in the current movement for Biafra. In fact, just like you said, if he had not moved out of the way to push through this message, I think that we may still be speaking English in court and nobody will take us serious. God knows how he works. Irrespective of the fact that some people do not even understand Nnamdi Kanu's message. I say it. When people say he's going to destroy, if you are still waiting for Nigeria, Nigeria is already destroyed. The truth is coming out. In fact, I told him that now he has come down to confront Nigeria where it matters most. Because when people challenge the Nigerian law and constitution, that is where you now know that Nigeria is a fraud of itself, and it is caving in from its own constitution. That's why I told our people, you don't need to break up Nigerian law, because we need that Nigerian law to disgrace Nigeria, and that is what we are seeing. So I thank God that Biafran people, one, are uniting together, and that is one. And then number two is that we have an ideology. All of us in consensus believe, including what he told us, that Biafra will be gotten through the due process of law, including civil disobedience. Because he said we're going to continue in civil disobedience. Civil disobedience is like going on strike. It is not outside the law. If you decide to stay at home, that is why you say when they were doing protests on the street, I say protest on the street is good for international for news media to carry that these people are active for something. But there are other means when you now notice that our people are dying in the process and they are not being protected, and we don't have what it takes at now to confront Nigeria in their own field. So this issue of sit at home, I personally, I'm speaking for myself, I applaud it. And the last one that happened, we monitored it. It was a success. And that is why we say every Biafran group coming together will bring their ideologies, and Biafran people as a people will adopt it as a no longer Radio Biafra project or Belay project or BVI project or Radio or Ekwenche project or BLC. No, everybody comes together. What ideology that you bring on the center, everybody will adopt it, take it back to wherever they are coming from, and adopt it as Biafran project, and it will succeed. I think let me give our people one last chance to to say one or two things before we conclude.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. You see, the comment two of you made remind me of one thing. I think in the Bible recorded it in the book of 1 Corinthians 2 verse 15. It says, study to show yourself approved, for a workman needs not to be ashamed, but rightly dividing the words of truth.
You are correct.
You see, when Director Nnamdi Kanu made the statement, he said, if Nigeria push us to go on violence, that he can assure the world that Somalia will be better than Nigeria. Of a truth, he said it and it is fact. Do you know the reason? Because Nigeria is being controlled by the Hausa Fulani, and you know their belief. They believe in violence. But what people face to understand is that the destruction Nnamdi Kanu is making every moment, mostly when he gets anger with the zoo called Nigeria, he still continues to say that he will destroy Nigeria completely. He said it in the court. But people fail to understand the strategy he will use in destroying Nigeria. But he still continues to say it. He said, I am going to destroy, here in this court, I will destroy Nigeria completely. With what? Truth. And our people say that truth is life. And we are seeing it with him. He is destroying the Nigeria completely. Nigeria is completely, the Bible says that she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Nigeria is existing on people's eyes. But to me, Nigeria is not existing. Nigeria has lost a lot of things in international support. If I began to mention one or two or three, you will know that Nigeria is collapsed. You will know. Their currency is there. Support from all over. Many countries vote them out. So you see that director has already destroyed Nigeria completely, but they are waiting for him to go and pick up guns and bullets. No. We fought. Now we apply what we have. We are the men of integrity. We use what we have to get what we want. Okay, they are waiting for us. Since the IPOB has been protesting from one state to another state, have you ever found any of us with machete? The answer is no. But they will come with it to sabotage us. At times we get them, we catch them with our hands, and we beat the hell out of them. And we can't use those things against them. At Impo here in Anambra State where we are, I was a live witness from 29th to 30th. They were shooting us. Armless people. Watch the videos. The Amnesty International are there, watching the people who are using the gun. So he made the statement to provoke them so that they can go and bring their guns and show us. But how many guns have you found from Nnamdi Kanu? I can tell you, IPOB under the leadership of Director Nnamdi Kanu don't even have a camp. Then where do you organize yourself? Is it in the Opera Square? Or is it in the Market Square? Is that where and how is IPOB being trained as a soldier? Or should we go barefoot as it was in the time past? Without shirt, without shoes, we fought. No. But I'm telling you that the truth that is preached is the power, is the ammunition that the zoo are waiting to see. But the truth is being preached every day. And I'm telling you, when Jesus Christ was here on planet Earth, he was preaching. Because of some people that get upset when they say, Director, he abused elder, he abused junior, he abused elder, he do this. Really, I listened to the radio before he was arrested. But my brother, I must tell you the truth. If I see a thief, I will call him a thief. I will never call him a pastor. Paul told the people of Galatia, I say, you foolish Galatians, who have bewitched you? For have started spiritually and want to end carnally. Do you see the people of Galenta? No, the people he was preaching, the Christians like him, he called them foolish Galenta because they have drink the wine of violence and eat the bread of wickedness and decided to commit evil. And he called them foolish people because they left the truth and they dangle over sycophants. Jesus Christ said, go and tell that fox. Fox, our people call it Nkitohe. That is what he called, and what is the name of the man that commanded for him to be arrested? The then president, Herod. Herod. He said, go and tell that fox. He knew very well that his name was Herod. But he called him Fox. Because he acted like what? A live human being seeking for a fellow human being flesh to eat. He said, Fox. He said, again, when Peter, his fellow disciple, the one he loved, even most, so to say, he decided for them to build one ark for Moses, one for Elijah, and one for you. He said, get behind me, you Satan. Say your thought always be on opposition side. You never think of what is profitable to my father. Peter. He said, get behind me, you Satan. So imagine, use this 1, 2, 3, 3 illustration that I've just given now. Then we apply it to that of Director Nnamdi, the way he has been speaking, the way he has been addressing people. Let's see if by the reason of studying to show ourselves approved, we cannot see the atom of truth there. And I must tell you the truth, I am good in researching. I have been in this struggle for Biafran restoration since 2002. I started with the Wazurike, and I ended with him the way I ended with him, because what I expected of him, I didn't get it. I didn't, just be truth, I didn't get it. I never, most of the statements he makes, in fact, I get discouraged. I have to quit because I am not fighting for group. I am fighting for Biafra. What the name I am hearing is what? Biafra. And it's in my blood. Without Biafra, I don't think I will have peace. If I'm sleeping, I will be worried. I'll be dreaming. I'll be seeing Biafra. I'll be seeing activities. A lot of job to be done. And it must be done. And now or never. Because I believe now the whole Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu have enlightened the Biafrans. For the first time for the Biafrans to come together in unity, what our forefathers were unable to achieve during the Civil War, we've achieved it now. Carrying Biafran flag to the capital territory. They tried and they ended at Kosten. That's Ondo State. Kosten, Asejre. That is where Ojukwu threw his last bomb. I have gone there, I've witnessed it at Kosten, Owena Bridge. After Paradise Hotel, you get away Kosten Road by your right. Then you get exactly where Ojukwu threw his last bomb. I studied things that have happened concerning the Biafran activities. So this is the time that wherever you are, as far as you are called Biafra, you need to do something. And what is that thing that you must do? Rise up wherever you are and begin to speak about Biafra. Let your children know that we are not Nigeria and can never be in Nigeria. We will remain to be Biafra. Preach it wherever you are. Go to the street. Even in your church, in your local denominations, tell people about Biafra. And let them know that the fear is out there. The fear is removed from us. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. It has been a very wonderful one and very inspiring one. Andy, just give us a brief goodbye message or anything you have.
Yeah, once again, I must say that what attracted me to this struggle is quest for justice and fairness and equity. That's basically what attracted me into this struggle. I've been looking for justice in Nigeria, but I have not seen it. In the banking industry, I expected that bank job is to intermediate between the deficit sector and the surplus sector. As an economist, I expected that we should have a database in Nigeria where every Nigerian should be able to say and beat his chest, I am a Nigerian. And how do you do that? If you have a biometric identity card that has all the unique information about yourself, you can beat your chest and say, I am a Nigerian. But I have not seen it. And I said, do we have to prove that we are Nigerians by having driver's license as identity, means of identification. If you want to open bank account, you have international passport as a means of identity. You have biometric, the one they call national identity card, the one they call voters card, then the one they even said BVM, bank verification number, or MTN registration, Airtel registration. I said, if I'm a Nigerian, if I am the president of Nigeria, what is so big deal in having a central number, a unique number that will be assigned for each Nigerian? That all these crises, identity crisis, all this issue of identity will be resolved overnight. And I said, why should banks be lending money at exploitative lending rate above 20%, microfinance banks are around 33%, yet we have professors, yet we have central bank governor who said, I am a central bank governor, yet he does not understand that no economy will develop if you lend above single digit. Then if I'm saying I'm a Nigerian, right here where we are, the power situation is something that my children, when they bring NEPA, like they say, up NEPA at this 21st century. Then I'm in a country where almost 90% of youths are jobless and unemployed and frustrated. I'm in a country where a governor is pocketing 1 billion naira monthly on just security votes. Meanwhile, youths are following him saying, hey, this governor is working. There are flying flags everywhere. My dear, I do not think that I will be all right being part of such country where all my brothers have been chased out of Nigeria to US, to everywhere in the world, washing cars, where even professors in the university are afraid to speak out because of fear of being sanctioned, where even vice chancellor is afraid because of the power to be in Abuja, where rectors of institutions have lost their mouth and identity, where even the bishops of the churches can no longer speak the truth, where the reverend fathers and the pastors are afraid because of fear for unknown, where the people that are working in various parastatals in Nigeria offices can no longer be bold to speak the way I am speaking. I left banking because I don't want to speak inside, I want to speak outside. So that is why when I talk about Biafra, I said to so many people out there shouting Biafra, they may not understand the kind of Biafra I understand, because they might not have been exposed to corporate world. They might not have been exposed to what he calls struggle for resource control. This freedom fighting is fight for resource control. It is game of brain and law. It's not the game of noise making. You can make noise from now till 100 years time, you will never see Biafra. So the kind of Biafra I am looking at is Biafra that will stay around the table and debate and argue. And at the end of the day, the world will listen to us and say that these people have a case to present. We are making that case before the world. And right now, I'm speaking before the camera, before my people, that why I'm doing what I'm doing is that my children will not have future in Nigeria. And I do not think and see that tomorrow things will change, because the people who are holding Nigeria are enjoying themselves. You do not expect them to just call you on phone and say, nah, Biafra. If it's not possible. On this note, I rest my case. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this is where we are going to be drawing the curtain. You know that Biafra, we don't have any other option apart from Biafra, because Biafra means justice. Biafra means love. Biafra means equity. Anyone propagating Biafra that lacks this is not a true Biafran. So I admonish every Biafran out there, let your speech, let your conduct, let everything about you represent this: love, unity, equity, justice. Humanity is what Biafra is all about, and that is why we cannot stop. We will stop at nothing to get Biafra. On this note, we are drawing the curtain. Click on the subscription button, subscribe, so that you'll be able to get more videos update. I still remain Asos Chinedu Peters, speaking for BVI Channel 1. Till I see you next time. Bye.
Welcome to First View Luxury Hotel. At First View Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit First View Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeline Bamishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.firstviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. First View Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.